Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Charlie's Angels members only stream, where we will be playing with an Ender 5 Pro today. How's everyone doing? You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to pop out chat. I can read it, but I can't read it as well. There we are. That's where we want. Hey PF Dennis, hey Jordan, hey Victor, hey Paul, hey Ronald, hey Jokernet, hey Brian, hey Tohos, Martin, are you kidding? How's everyone doing? Hey Zombie. Oh, yep. So I don't know why I keep wearing black shirts, but whatever. Hey Bear Cool. Hey Maker Source. Projects in Dad's Garage and Andres. Okay, we're just gonna do this. Hey Tom. Hey Sigmund and Mike. Jokernut and Alex and Nick. How's everyone doing this good Saturday? Hey Paul. He is getting very needy as it gets cold. I'll just get all the hair all over me. Try not to block the camera or the microphone. Hey Jose. Did you give that lattice cube a go? I have not yet. I have not. I've been busy getting everything ready for Christmas and whatnot. Hi Sean. Yep, he is content, right like this. So we will give him a few moments before I try to pass him off to his pillow. So I think I've mentioned before. Hey Gadget Angel. He does. Hey Ludwig. I think I've mentioned before that I'm planning on doing a ZeroG Mercury 1.1 build. And Fabreeko is providing the parts for this. And today is just going to be kind of opening up the Ender 5 Pro. Oh, there we go. And checking it out. We won't be doing any Mercury One stuff today. That I'll save for a public stream. But today, I think this is a good use of the member stream. Get a little preview, get a little hangout time. So, hey Ludwig. Oh, I know my watch was warning me it's about dead, so let me throw it on the charger while I'm standing here. Okay. Hey Sebastian. Oh. So we're gonna do full unboxing, assemble, print, whatever we feel like doing today. Okay, you need to go over there. Hey Rod. Hey Shawdell. Well, there we go. Yep, Chill Cat. He's doing well though. He got a toy. This is here. So you turn it on and you hit it and it should go darting across the table here in a second. Yep, there it goes. He does actually like playing with this. So I'm not gonna set him down from right now. I don't want him to go all over the place, but hey Squirrel Brain. Hey Bardos. Hey Bruno. Okay, we're gonna try to set him down on his pillow. And let me move because of the big box. And okay, so here we are. This one, Ender 5 Pro, unopened. We may be surprised, I don't know. I got one of those for my cat, it's awesome. Yeah, he seems to enjoy it so far. Hey MG20, hey Stuart. Let's see, where is me knife? And what do we want to do? Good thing I remembered about the stream. No notification from YouTube. What? That's why I try to put out the post So let's go here, I guess. What is this thing we are watching you build? This is an Ender 5 Pro that is going to be the basis for the Mercury One, or the ZeroG Mercury 1.1 build. That'll come up probably end of February. It's probably when we're gonna start this build. Just looking at the schedule of streams. The box is not in bad shape. The box is really not in bad shape. Hi, Malfrey. So what's the project today? We're gonna open this up and play around with it. Hey, John. An Ender 5 Pro for your cat, yeah. Hey, don't knock it. Okay, so I have not owned an Ender 5 Pro. I have owned Ender 3 Pros. There is a newer version of this, the Ender 5 S1, I think it is. Might be. The chatter is it's not immediately compatible with the Mercury One, so that's a good question, Projects in Dad's Garage. The Mercury One is a community project. I don't know if they're here, but sometimes Dutch Dude goes by ZeroG on YouTube, shows up, and Scott from Edge of 3D. Edge of 3D, is that right? Comes in. There's a few people that are part of this community project, and it's awesome. So let me bring up this is their documentation page, and it's being worked on, and it's being evolved. Ender February, yes, Ender February. How much for that printer? I think these run about $350 on Amazon. US dollars. So ZeroG has some instructions, some documentation here. What it's basically doing is converting the not really Cartesian, but the gantry that is on the Ender 5 from the V-wheels and in independent X and Y setup into a Core XY with linear rails. So is this the version with the dual lead screws? I don't know. I don't think so. But eventually this will get a triple lead screw, full tramming bed setup. They call it the Hydra in the documentation. See, here's the Mercury One. Let's see. I haven't explored around here too much. There's some introduction, just the beginnings of documentation, and then let's see if the Hydra has some. I don't see a picture. Maybe if we go to Fabreeko's website, we go to 3D printers, go down here to the ZeroG Mercury One. The Mercury One kit. So here is the kit to convert this Ender 5 to Core XY. Is not prohibitively, in my opinion, expensive with the bits and pieces. But let's see, there should be a Hydra upgrade link here somewhere. Hydra, 3-point conversion. Oh, no, there's not really a. Let's see if does this go right back to the build guide? Yeah. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit of pictures of it. Edutech is opening an Ender 5 S1 now. Cool. I think the S1 is too expensive. You could just get a 5 Plus. yeah, the physical size is concerned there. Then I'd start looking at like, I mean, I have no idea if they're actually any good or not, but the new Bamboo Labs is in that not too much more than that price range. There's a lot of things out there once you get into that $600 to $900 range. Hey, BBs. Warren, tap parts are in my PO box. Awesome. I am very much liking tap. I'm running it on 2 printers right now, and those are the 2 main printers that I'm doing prints on lately. So, and I've had minimal to no need to tweak my first layer once it was set. Is this going to be your first Tri-Z printer? What? I see the lull. Anyway, here's the 3-bed setup. And this is kind of a little better picture of what this printer will end up looking like in the end. It is a significant aesthetic improvement over the Ender 5 as it comes. So, anyway, my day is going well. My day is going well, and it's going to be fun. After sales service card, I'm going to be voiding anything that's mentioned in there, so doesn't matter. And then a little guidebook instructions. We'll follow this to some degree. I'll keep that handy, and I guess just get this thing unboxed. And the Creality Bowden extruder. Hey Bartos, so as a members only stream, the things that need to post that OBS and stuff like that don't have access to it. So it doesn't show up on the overlay, and I haven't figured out a workaround. Because the permissions of the stream, it won't show up if I try to turn it on. So, no chat overlay, unfortunately. I'll have to be extra diligent about repeating questions. So at least folks who are watching this without that overlay will have some idea of what's going on. So, I have to switch my VZ bot over from custom Tri-Z to that one. That one looks nice. Yeah. It ends up looking like the bed in the pics. There's something wrong with your build process. I haven't printed a VZ since I went to Trident. On VZ since I went to Trident. So Jason found me an orange Trident frame. Awesome. So, yeah, the Pro version with the metal extruder. We have there the RepRap graphic display. It's gonna spread out over here. Can we gift a membership to OBS? Chat overlay is an option on my TV. Yeah, your interface may have something like that, but to show up in OBS, it just doesn't work. And so if someone has an idea for me to try to make that work, I'll try to get it going for next month. Here's a reminder to turn it back on for tomorrow. Yeah. So who here won that? That Pantheon is an awesome machine. The way they do the plane of rigidity and then everything else comes off of that. So, okay, and then we have here the Z assembly, it looks like. This is assembled in modules, so this ideally shouldn't take very long to assemble. So I can't be full screen and see chat. That's a bummer. V-wheels, yes. Okay, what should come out of here next? I think the bed. So here's the heated bed assembly. So it should be about the same size as an Ender. So at some point this will get replaced. I think, so 220 by 220 is what Creality says the build volume is on this, by something 250 or 300 in Z. I think when we're actually done with all this, will be what, 275 by 275. No printer, but I didn't win it. An LTT store backpack. Awesome. 15K printer to make plastic boat. Well, isn't that the way? Assembly is probably quick, but tuning, yeah, that's true. Okay, the next layer here appears to be the X carriage, the whole gantry. And the Capricorn tubing bent in very odd ways that really are going to be annoying to work out. It's the memory on that bend is annoying. Uses a single Y stepper. It's a dual-ended stepper to run dual belts to move the gantry, and then an X stepper attached to the X gantry for that. Let's do that. Before I get too far, let's set this up, because this is Charlie's Angels stream after all. Let's go there. Okay, now we're set. The bed is 235 by 235, but the print area, I think the print area, it advertises as 220 by 220. Yeah. So I'm building another simple core 200 millimeter. Would it be beneficial to use a rat rig or Voron AB system? I have no idea what the simple core is, so I don't have a good answer for that one. Silly question, is PTFE and Capricorn the same thing? Well, I don't know. I don't know what formulation, if they're using some formulation of PTFE for Capricorn, but Capricorn's a brand. Capricorn's a company who makes this tubing as guide tube for, or Bowden tube for 3D printers and similar applications. Straightening PTFE tubing is what hot water was made for. Okay, I'll try it. I'll try that. Capricorn's brand tends to be blue. I think they have some purple stuff too. I think I have some of that. Cat on a mouse pad, yes. Okay, we have that's actually a reasonable amount of sample filament. Better than the little unspooled coil. Morning, Phil. And then I'm guessing tools and fasteners and power cord and spool holder and that kind of thing. Slightly tighter ID, yeah. Okay. And over here, it looks like we have our vertical extrusions. Let's set those over here. And then the electronics and the lower frame. So it looks like power supply. I'm looking here. This is set to 230 volts. So before I forget, let's bump that over to 115. Hey, Nathan, welcome. And all the instructions needed to build it permanently printed on the top of the control box. Okay, is there anything else in here? Now, so let's get rid of this. Everybody needs an extra putty knife and little nippers. You know what I actually like most out of here? Is a little acupuncture needle or whatever for clearing clogs. Oop, almost got myself. Yep, it has the nippers, and there is a putty knife here. But I went to my local home store a long time ago, and I bought a really thin and flexible putty knife to use for that. An empty baggie? No idea. Hey, Battalion. Let me see. I bought from Lowe's, which is just local home store, but I bought this, which is super thin and somewhat sharp, and that's what I use. And it's nice and flexible. I can get on there when I need to do something like that, use something like that. Poke that needle into my finger and then unboxing my Ender 3. Yeah, I'm sure many people do that. I stopped using metal scrapers and use plastic razor blades instead when needed. That's not a bad idea. I don't use that metal scraper on like the satin sheets and stuff that it'll mark up. Works really well on the textured stuff though. Okay. This has little caps, I just noticed, on the end of the extrusions, except for right there. Let me see if that's still in the box. Maybe there's a reason it's missing. But I was just noticing that, and I do not see it anywhere. Oh well. So we're starting with the Steve unbuild part. No, we're Steve building. We are building. Although maybe what we'll do is we'll open up this electronics enclosure before we build too far. The display covers it? Okay, thanks. Thanks, are you kidding? Display goes there. That would explain it. This is a conversion project, but today is just going to be checking out an Ender 5 Pro because I haven't yet. Yeah, so this is just hanging out and playing with an Ender 5 Pro. Checking things out. So let's open this up and see what's inside. I came late. Do you plan to use a Creality board for the Mercury One or Mercury, or are you going to swap it? I'm going to swap it for something. I don't know what yet. I honestly don't know what I'm going to swap it for. Let's see if we can get some. There we go, a little better. Stock board is not yours. It is not. That is pretty simple, which is nice. There's not a whole lot going on in here. We have, what is this brand? Lian Li. I don't think it's Lian Lida, not Lian Li. Lian Li is a computer case manufacturer. This says Lian Lida, 350 watt. It's the same basic layout and setup as a Meanwhile, all the stuff appears to be tight. Just double check. Hey, David. I'm just doing some pre-assembly QC, just making sure things are tight, and they were. Not enough drivers for, yeah. So I believe, and I'm not sure what my process is going to be, what my workflow is going to be on this build. Whether I build it as a Mercury 1.1 with just the gantry changes, or if I go the full shebang right off the bat. I'd kind of like to go the full shebang, but we'll see. To me, it's either a mean well or not a mean well. There are quality manufacturers, power supply manufacturers out there that aren't mean well. There are plenty of them. Prusa uses, what is it, the brand that Prusa uses on their new stuff? Delta. There are some that you might not think, but if you talk to people in the industry, they'll say, yeah, they make a quality supply. I do not know if this is a quality supply or not. Given that it looks almost identical to a mean well, I kind of suspect it's a generic. So, but I won't speak to whether this is actually a good one or not. So need advice. Going to use a CB1 to put clipper on my Ender 3. Do I use the Big Tree Tech SKR Mini V3 I have with that, or just reuse the Creality board and save the SKR for something else? You're gonna have more control with the SKR than you will with the Creality board. From a viewing point of view, one should always go full shebang. Half shebang is not enough. See Sonic? Yeah. Of course, sorry, just not for cheap printers. Well, it depends. Delta also make good fans, yep. The 4.2 point X board that these come with runs clipper over USB quite nicely. Yeah, they have a, I mean, they're an 8-bit, well, this is a 32-bit board. So this has a STM32F103. It is a V4.2.2. Even their 8-bit boards would run clipper just fine. The at Mega whatever boards. The rest of the stuff on them wouldn't be all that great, but all the hot glue to hold the things in place. So I'm not gonna release that in this stream, but I am gonna make sure that all of the terminal blocks are tight. So I'm not gonna pull them apart and see if they actually tinned which they shouldn't, tin the leads or anything like that. I'm just gonna make sure everything's tight and call that good for this. Hey, Yuan. Why are Ender printings so popular? Because they're available and they're relatively inexpensive. Delta flies people from place to place. Oh, I forgot to check these. Okay, everything under here looks pretty, I mean, it's pretty clean. Not a jumbled mess of wires. There's a fan here to cool the controller. Does this have 2208s on it? Does anybody know? Is that what should be on here? No need to check, they're tinned. And this isn't a year-old printer from the manufacturing date on the box. It was October 21 is when it was made. So if they've made any changes or improvement in that area, this probably doesn't have them. What do we have? Delta makes both good and bad stuff. They're often subcontracted by equipment manufacturers. Yep. Now lobotomize it. Well, we're gonna build this and leave it with Marlin. We're gonna leave it with everything. We're gonna build it and print with it. And then we'll unbuild it and rebuild it into a Mercury One. The Mercury One, when I build it, will have the EVA tool head. It will probably, I'll probably use a Revo Voron. And then probably either a LGX Mini or an Orbiter V2 for the extruder. That's my plans. Which version of the MCU is in it? It said 4.2.2. The The A written on the SD card slot on the board is supposed to tell you what drivers are on it. Oh, okay. If you tune an Ender to a little, they're good printers. Snobbery around them comes largely from people at level wanting to go faster than they are designed for. Oh yeah, they're a fine, they're a functional printer. I wonder how many people who trash Enders wouldn't be here without the Ender printers. I didn't start with an Ender. I had an Ender after I had a Voron. But I did start with a Creality CR10, so. How's your Ender switchwire conversion printing? It prints great, and I'm about to build a second one. I'm building a second one for my father-in-law. He has an Ender 3 Pro, so I'm gonna convert it to an Ender wire for him for Christmas. That's my Christmas present to him. He's not a member, so I can say that. How is it? Yep, this is my kind of thing. Buy, unbox, and open up to see the guts and start modding without even testing it. Well, we are going to test it, but we did open up the guts. I'm torn because I love the lever on the LGX, but Orbiter is a better extruder. Interesting. So, Centene, does that mean this one has a 2208s? Did someone see an A on there? Hey, Poity, I forgot to say hi earlier. I saw your name. I forgot to say hi. Welcome. I started with a Folgertech. I've built a Folgertech. I built an FT5. Built it for a friend, so I have some experience with them and their pile of ACM panels. Okay, let's pull out the instructions. Let's pull out the instructions. What do we have? We are identifying parts, and we are going to start by bolting the 4040 profiles to the top here. Oh. Hey, Panzercaden. The MCU could have 22.8s or 2209s. Creality shipped both on 4.2.2 boards. So we have no idea without checking that slot, huh? Let's do it real quick. Let's get a double check. Folgertech used to give you all the screws mixed in a bag. Yeah, I remember that. I remember having to sort those out. All E5 Pros have PNC silent. That was a major part of it. Okay, but it depends on what kind. It's an A, so it looks like it's 2208s. There's an A on there. It's written in pen. Yep, I confirmed it has an A. I started with DIY rep wrap, probably set myself back 2 to 3 years with frustrations. I can definitely understand that. I've stepped away from the hobby a few times with early on frustrations. Okay, let's get all the wires out of the way and let's open up. Open up the thing. Let's do this that way. There's an A. Yep, the A was written on the SD card slot. Hey, Steven. What color am I doing? I don't know yet. I don't know. I started with a Monoprice Mini. That was on the list of printers I was looking at when I purchased my CR10. I know they're kind of polar opposites in build size, but I had been looking at the Monoprice Mini when I was looking for my first printer. I'm glad I went with the CR10 myself. Hey, Collie. I was going to build another Ender switchwire conversion, but now I think I'm going to do one of these Mercury Ones if my 4- and 7-year-old son's random schedule will allow it. Yeah. Okay. We have little baggies somewhat organized. We have a couple of longer screws and a whole bunch of shorter screws. So this uses the whole bunch of shorter screws. I don't have a, do I have a free hex tray somewhere? I do. I do. Let's do that. Those, and then I guess one more little thing. Not a lot of hardware needed here. That's probably good enough for now. You don't know why I can't get the stream on my TV, but my phone will. Yeah, I don't know. Red plate means something? No, it actually is the one that was free. I won't say this printer won't turn out red because the purple plate last time didn't mean anything either, but okay. So we are going to bolt these through that direction. And is there an up or down on these? I've got a couple of them with extra holes on this end. There's one on this one. Oh, they all have that. So what direction does that? Oh, that goes to the top. It says right here. That one goes to the top. Perfect. Okay. And they're all like that. So those go to the top. Since it came up, what is that red? I believe that might be Paramount Enzo red, but I'm not sure. What size are these? I believe that's Paramount Enzo red. How do they really expect you to do this? Nope, that's not tall enough. Too tall. How do they expect you to do this with one hand? I mean, it just wants to fall over. Use your chin. That's what you use. Use your chin or your cheek. What is that? What do I do? Since it came up, we answered the red question. I'm printing my Trident part right now. I'm gonna make it black and orange. Awesome. Prusa colors. The mother company or colors. I'd look down the extrusion, see if any have dings in the grooves. Well, these are the vertical extrusions, so I don't think any V-wheels roll on them, right? But it's a good idea to just see what shape they're in. Why wouldn't the Voron team let Joe use tap on XL? I mean, it's open source, it's GPL3. Folks can use whatever they want with proper license considerations, right? I hung mine upside down over the edge of the table and screwed the vert in from the top down. That's a good idea. My cheek worked well. I'm not gonna tighten these completely because I wanna see if I can get them all flush. That's the other thing I didn't really check to see how, let's see how square the frame, can I really even tell how square the frame is? Not really. That's a good way to, maybe I'll put it like this. Here, let's go with this view, and that's like that. And this is not going to be precise, but it'll give us an idea of if it's even reasonably close to square. I have yet to come across a bent extrusion on an ender. Good. Let's see if I can get, I might not be able to get a great view for you. Let's go. That's precisely, exactly 580 millimeters. This direction is 579, but I have no faith in my ability to eyeball that I'm in the right spot there, but at worst, it's within a millimeter. Hey, Kenneth. I think they already have a tap-like system. I think it's one of their secret that they don't want to disclose when they first announce. I'm curious what they're using, whether they're using a strain gauge or don't bother too much. It's for disassemble again soon. Yes, this is true. I'm not going to bother too much. Okay, now that this will hold on its own, we can just kind of work our way around, making sure that we have the top extrusion there. Now let's go right like that. Oops, it goes this way. They should be square. They're assembled in a square jig. For how many of these they churn out, I'm sure they're all to some reasonable level of consistent, at least. Hey, Scott. Just work my way around. Bruce not looking to have to credit anyone. Yeah. So tomorrow is the final stream in the Voron Zero, the LDO V0S1 kit. So be sure to be here because we're giving away a whole V0S1 kit on that stream. Hey guys, still watching 4 minutes while I'm unpacking my 4-bench, the Trident 250 kit. Awesome. Have fun with that build. Okay. Now I'm going to go this way. This one. Yep, there goes my ruler. I need a V0, so be here, Scott. Be here and enter to win. There will be, once again, 2 orbiter extruders, the V0 kit, and a spool of polymaker filament. Sometimes the wheels are over tight and may dent the groove and flat spot the wheel. Yes, so V-wheels are a whole thing of considerations with those. Okay, I am going to tighten this one, kind of feel that it's in line with everything. Pushed against the bed. This one feels good. Actually, that one needs to go that way. Let's do this each side at a time. Dealing with this, the wires. Okay, so that needs to move over a bit. That is being pushed over by the electronics compartment, but I think I can get it close. Yeah, that feels good. It's awesome to see you're doing a ZeroG build. I've gotten almost everything to convert my E5 Pro over Christmas shutdown. Awesome. So I am aiming to do this build, like I said, probably late February. So next on the docket is finishing the Tridex. So Tridex will start up again on New Year's Day. I'll have a New Year's Day stream continuing that build, and then we're gonna go until it's done. Once Tridex is finished, there will be a Micron build. So we got a Micron after Tridex, and then probably the Mercury One. Okay, all of those feel flush to the edges of the bottom frame. So there's that. Nice, I'm really into that Tridex thing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having that one done. It's just, there's a lot to it. I want to see a VZBot build. I'm down for a VZBot build. I'm down for that for sure. Hey, Sanity, welcome. Okay, so we finished step C. Is that step C? Then we're gonna bolt the... So what do we got here? Tighten the 4 screws on the top, then tighten the side screws. So we're gonna put the top on here. We already zoomed out, yep. Hopefully this shows up. Voron shower when. I don't have a beach a mile from my house where a outdoor shower is useful. Okay, this is the front. This has gotta go this way, right? Set those on there. And then we've got the M5 by 25s. Is that these guys? Nope, that's a 30. Okay, so the same as we were using before. It's not a Voron. Let's go this way. I went to the dark side. Okay, feel that edging. There we go. Hey, Evil. There we go. You have an Ender 5 Plus. That's a big printer. This is about as big as I'd want to go on this myself, just for my space constraints. Okay. Nice and flush there. I might tweak that a little bit depending on how the back goes together. Wow, we have 80 people here. I think that's a record for a member stream. Oh, the Plus has the bed supported on 2 sides. That's nice. I am not a fan of this large of a cantilever bed, but the Hydra fixes that. So that's why I want to do that basically right away. Between you and Modbot, I'm starting to be motivated to build my 5 Plus and 1.1 with Hydra. Maybe between Christmas and New Year. Awesome. Okay, those are good. I want to check that front one again if I want to tweak it. So, yeah, this one I want to tweak a little bit. There we go. Work all these down. This is a couple of Ugga-Duggas of tight. A full couple. I'm concerned about a counter lever bed on an E3D motion system, but they did a great job. Yes, so that's a whole other story, and their bed is not all that heavy. They have a high quality, high wind rails, everything about that makes it work. You can convert the Ender 5 Plus to linear rails, easy mod. Yep. And we'll be doing that just as part of the Mercury One mod. Okay. Where are we at next? Oh, and there's some bolts going in the side. That's what goes into those. Okay. That's what goes into those threaded spots in the top. I want to check something here with my glasses, the lineup. Let me see if this can line up any more that way. There we go. And I don't think this one has to be super tight. That one's already lined up pretty well. You know what I'm going to do? This screwdriver ends up having all these extra bits falling out, and it makes all kinds of racket when I'm using it, so I'm just going to take them out. That one's good. Threads lines up and threads in. That's a good sign. And that one looks good. There we go. Okay. Anyone have a network experience? I want to Ethernet out to the garage and just put a switch out there so I can hardwire printers and TV and computer that are out there. 100 feet, any issue? 100 feet is not an issue. 100 feet is good. You want to stay within 100 meters, right? 100 meters is stretching it for Ethernet. Is that right? Hey, cool. Evil confirmed. Must be right. That's an interesting screwdriver. So this is another from this screwdriver is another from my RC hobby. It's from Team Associated, factory team. These bits I bought as a separate thing. It comes with cool little coated bits like this. But I use it because it's a nice, fairly large handle. It doesn't roll because of the hex shape. It's a nice screwdriver. Okay, where are we at? Okay, so the top is on. Now we are going to bolt the M3x30s this time, bolting the Z axis into place. Align the bottom profile, then tighten the screws. Is that gonna work? Something like that. On the Z axis, where does this go? Something like this. Huh. Okay. And then with the longer 30mm screws. Under 5, huh? That's pretty cool. Hey, Kyle. I wouldn't know it. I would have sent you a spare Microsoft direct drive kit I have. Well, this won't be like this for long, and it won't really be used. Honestly, I'm not going to use this in between now and converting it to a Mercury One. We're going to put it together and play around with it, and then I'm going to unbuild it. So I'm lining up these extrusions, and then I'm going to grab my little scale here and see how centered it is just with their pre-drilled bolt holes. So that's 35mm there, and that's 35.5 there, and it's 35 there. Let's see if I can shift it just that 1/4 millimeter. Yeah, it's got that much play in it, so not that a 1/4 millimeter is going to matter here, but it matters to me. Yep, there we go. Okay, so make sure all these are flush, and then I think I can tighten this down. Oh yeah, we will print with this, but I'm not going to be using it much. Are those 10mm rods? They look like it. They look like it. Where's my calipers? Yep, 10mm rods. Looks like 10. So with this just fastened at the bottom, as long as these tighten up, it should be lined up. I'll double check it with the scale, but. I have a potentially a special build coming up that will probably be weekday builds, unfortunately, but there's no way for me to do it and still keep with the other things I want to do. So I'll have more information on that later. Okay, with this flush on the bottom, the top one is not flush, which would be adjustable with these rod clamps. Is there any binding in this? See if we can, nope. Hey, wanted to see from the start when my couch won. Hey, Dutch dude. And you get Charlie Bum. Let's see. I kind of want to make this flush up here because it's bugging me that it's not. And I think the way to do that is to loosen these two bolts here and just let it come down on the let's do that. Let's loosen that maybe. Let's switch over. What is that? 3mm probably. There we are. Ah, much better. Just compare resellers where you live, projects in Dad's garage. Get a large spool. Oh, we're talking about Cat 6, yeah. Okay. Okay, so those loosened, and now these loosen back up. And now I should be able to shift this whole thing. Yep, there we go. Shift it down into place. And then I'm going to just snug these up. And then check the width. Yeah, the bed is still moving smooth. Yep, the bed is still moving smooth. And then I want to check the distance here with the scale. That is, I think it's over a little bit. No, it's centered. Let me see if I can get calipers in there for a little better. $34.8. $34.35, basically, 34.95. So we can move this over just a hair. That's assuming that these are centered on here as well. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna go for 1/10 of a millimeter difference right now. Okay, that is tightened up, and then we can tighten these back up. Then we'll move the bed through its motion to confirm that it's not binding. I don't know how easy it would be to tell if it's binding, but I'm not feeling anything. Yeah, we're gonna do all this and then tear it back down. So, I'm paying attention to a few things, but not gonna go to an extreme. Okay, let's see here. So note, align the bottom profile and then tighten the screws. And then we can put the heat bed on with M4x10s and a washer. Okay. Get this up here so we can see better. And then this guy is gonna bolt onto here. How is the, let me turn this down a little bit. While I'm waiting, EB36 can, Rapido, tap kit, orbiters, stealth burner things, LEDs, which can take even a month, thinking to build the Trident stock. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. What are you gonna end up having to rebuild? You're not, it doesn't look like you're gonna have to rebuild anything structural, so might as well, if you have time. I was looking at Vivo cards on Amazon. Oh, Cat 6, we're talking about Cat 6 still. Am I even in the right screws that they want to put in? 6 of these. Yep, there's 6 of them. Okay. I'm not going to tighten those all the way yet. But rewire for can. Well, you can, how far can you get? I mean, you have another printer? I would do it, but I'm crazy. I like to build. Okay, I think just making sure this is all flush here, and it doesn't have much, it doesn't move much, so I'm just gonna tighten it down. Okay, if you have a toolhead PCB already, then can wouldn't probably be a huge difference. Well, I mean, if you have a toolhead PCB, you probably have 14 wires going to the toolhead. When you switch to can, you are going to replace all of those. So. Okay. That is on. We've got the bed wiring here. What does it say to do next? The manual of the Ender 5. So we got the bed on, and we're gonna put on the spool holder and the extruder and the screen. Okay. An M4x8. Where do I put all of this? I don't have all these fasteners that they're telling me to use. Where am I? Well, there's a couple here. A couple here for the screen. That goes here, so. Let's go down here. Let's loosen these. This uses hammerheads. Goes there and there. There we go. Just making sure it turned correctly. Same thing with this one. I don't want it to not turn all the way and cause a dent in the V-slot. There we go. Okay. Screen's on. This is where you cover that exposed end. Yep. That's what I get for going in cold, which is fine. Then, I'm gonna work on this side and put on the extruder, which has the fasteners already in it. This time socket head instead of button head. How does this go? Just like, let's go just like this. How far up do we want to put this? It doesn't say. Some reasonable amount up here. The hammerhead nut is not wanting to turn. That's a matter of having this centered here, but it's still not wanting to turn. The problem with these V-slots I've found is the slot is thin at that point. So if your hammerhead nut is at an angle instead of perpendicular, it'll pull on the edge of this and then create a dent in the V-slot. So I'm taking my time because I don't want to have dents in the side of the V-slot when this comes off. Here. I am going to take this and, where is it? I'll put a little bit of Loctite on the end. That'll help, at least once it dries, that'll help force that to twist into place. Hey, Daniel. It might take too long to dry out to be really useful here, but we'll try it. I don't think I have any M4 post-install nuts. Ah, that did it. Yep, that did it. I'm gonna put it right there. And I'm gonna do the same, making sure that this one turns into place. I hate hammerhead nuts. That one's not wanting to turn into place at all. I wonder if this bracket is off on the, it's not able to go flush to this edge. Let's see, what can I do about that? Nope, not that one. Let's loosen. There. I'm going to loosen all of this. Okay, we are going to pull this this apart. Because I think the stepper is too far over on this bracket to allow this bracket to move over to center the screw, which these hammerhead nuts really need the screw to be centered in order to work well. So that goes there. And then, is that right? Now we can move things around. And then let's see. Yep, turned right into place. Now with that all square now, we can tighten the extruder back into place. I don't want to use that. These stainless fasteners are soft, so. Okay, I gotta put the tensioner back on, so. How does this go? This goes like that, and that goes, I think I can start threading this in. And then this, oop. I gotta be careful or I'm gonna lose it. Pops into there, and this goes on here. Is that right? Their tensioning system is funky. Okay, back together. That's on, and now the spool holder. Which way does the spool holder go on here? Spool holder goes right like that. Waiting for filament order to get here for tap. Awesome, what color? Okay, that's there. And then that one dropped into place. I don't know where I want to put this, maybe a little higher. There we go. Okay, that's annoying. So that is very irritating because I just scarred the inside because Creality keeps doing this. The screws are too long for this thin sheet metal. That's irritating. I've run into this before and I should have known better. I should have known better. Are these M5s? Let's see if I have some M5 by 6. M5 by 8. M5 by 6. There we are. That is frustrating. Now I have scars on the bottom side of the, I don't know if this will focus, but you see that? I have scars on the bottom side of the extrusions. Still didn't find my mod for Trident cabling. Any chance you can provide a link, please? It is for the left motor mount holder. If you go to, I can provide a link, but it is out on, here, let's do this. If we go to Voron users GitHub, okay? Just search for Voron users GitHub. and Voron users, and then printer mods. You should print and install slot caps anyway. Maybe. And then if we scroll down to STV PTRSN. STV PTRSN, that's me. And go to parts, jigs, and mods. And we'll go to mods and Trident. And here's that camera. I think that's what you're talking about, right? There we go. Install mine on the front and side of that rail with the filament roll facing out. Tucks everything in nice and close. That's probably a good idea. I think I'll do that. But first, I'm gonna take the universal anodizing pen and touch the inside here. There, all fit it, all better. Not really, but. Okay, let's put this back together. Where's my other short? That is annoying. And I'm gonna take your suggestion and put this here because you're right. That is probably the better spot for it. I will always know it's there now. I know. I will put a cover on that extrusion for sure. There we go. I like that idea. That's a good suggestion. Put the flat of the bracket out. Their instructions have the flat of the bracket in. I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm gonna not follow their instructions and do what you're talking about. Nope, see, that one didn't tighten down anyway. Stupid hammerheads. Hey, Gerard. There we go. That one is in place. There we go. That feels like it's in place. I don't know why their instructions have it the other way, but you're right. Let's go that way. I have 20 of those 2040 extrusions. I can send you a few that haven't had to be universally anodized. Nah, it's all good. It's all good, Scott. I'll put a slot cover in there. What are we talking about, Bruno? I made the exact same slot in the right part. Awesome. It will help the rolls spin smooth if you ever use an oddball roll. That's true. Okay, what is next? I think we get to just kind of wire it, huh? Cable connection. So we'll just connect all the cables and power it on. Now, Creality does a pretty good job of labeling their wires. So which connection does this go into though for the display? EXP3. Which one's EXP3? 1, 2, 3. So this goes right here for the display. And then we have all of these. We have an extruder stepper. Let's see, that's gonna go there. Extruder stepper plugs in right here. Is that an ender extruder? It is. Because it's an ender 5. Sounds like something I'd say, Zombie. Don't worry. Can I send that to you so you have the set left and right available? Bruno, I appreciate that. I can just go into the CAD and mirror it and then upload it. So I'd rather have the original anyway. But if that's something that people want, which makes sense that they'd want, I can throw the right side up there. Z stepper comes over here. There are no provisions except for zip ties around extrusions for wire management, so we will not worry about it because it's all gonna come apart anyway. And what is this guy, the X stepper? So does this, oh yeah, this is a Creality. So this is just gonna hang here and fly back and forth. And fly back and forth around here as it prints, because that's apparently okay. There we go. My print needs 36 grams of filament. The mass of the roll plus filament says I have 35.9. Reduce your infill a little bit. Reduce your perimeters. What is this guy? Z end stop. So that's there, which means this comes up here and just hangs out in the back and plugs into the Z end stop here. And you hope that it doesn't catch on anything. Okay. Maybe I'll, where is this? Maybe I'll take this under the back, so at least the rear, oh, do I have enough room? Yeah, just barely. PF Dennis, thank you. What is this guy? This is the Y stepper and Y end stop. So this also comes out the back. This plugs in right here. And then this, I'm gonna go under here so I don't get in the way of the stepper here. That plugs in there. Typical Creality lack of wire management. Have they gotten better on the S series stuff? Because this is pretty bad. What do we have here? What are all these? We got a bed thermistor. Where's the bed thermistor wire? Oh, it's right there. And what is this guy? Nozzle. Oh, okay. So that's all the nozzle and that stuff. So bed plugs in here. An XT60. Bed thermistor. Plugs in here. And then we have the poorly bent. Make sure there's nothing there. PTFE tube. That goes there, and then this comes down. I'll take it around the back side of this extruder, this extension, I guess. And we have Fun. Oh, we have Fun 1. Hey, check it out. MakerBase has their X Morats. Oops, sorry about that. We have Fun 1. X Morats and Fun 1. Is it labeled that on the other side? No, it's not labeled on the other side. What's the point of labeling one side if you're not going to label both? Most users mount the extruder drive and spool holder 90 degrees to how I have it. Oh, the extruder drive? I'm okay with this right here. This is nice and tucked in. My ZN stop wire has never caught on anything. Mind you, it's not used anymore since I installed the BL Touch. Okay. Mine were marked the same for the fans. Fun one. Is the other one fun too? Nozzle, heater. Nope, the other one's fan too. But we got, it's not as fun. Okay, which one? I think the blue and red is, so the fun one is the black, is the hot end fan. That goes there. Hey, Christian. And then the colors match on the other one, so I'm guessing we're okay there. That's fan 2. I don't know where fan 1 went, but then we have nozzle heater. So that's this guy. And the last one is the thermistor. Here we are. Is that labeled? Nozzle thermistor. Oh, that's a little bit of a stretch, but that is that. Easy enough to swap if they're wrong. I think they're right. So I think we're ready to turn it on. I've got power here. I've got extra screws. So we are going to, that's switched off. Okay, so that can go off that way. Let's straighten everything out. Okay. Let's put our Ender heating pad on here. There we go. I touched it. I'm gonna clean it before we print. Finally, 202 kids sleeping, awesome. Okay, we ready to turn this on? See if we get any smoke. Here, let's see how things move. We didn't check that. So there's a flat spot in the wheels because they ship it with the wheels tensioned, which is dumb. Here's another thing they do that is wrong. Yeah, let's go here. You see this? You see this belt at an angle? That means that the amount that it is pulling, depending on which side, is different. There's the drive side. If the drive side is okay, are we okay? I don't know. That bugs me. But all of this stuff, all the wheels feel fine, except that there's a flat spot right there. There's a flat spot in the Y. Right there. Right there. Exactly. Yep. One rotation. No cable management. Nope. No cable management. It doesn't come with any. We're gonna run it because it's gonna come apart. It's not ideal to have these belt angles, so. No wire management, no serial for me. If Creality offers a serial program, I don't know if I want to be part of it. Okay, the touch is there, end stop hits there. Let's turn it on. I don't know what's going to be the better view. Let's go here. Cables always manage themselves, yes. Ender, you can't see that, but it turned on. I'm gonna walk it, not run it, yes. Let's home. Let's just see. Oh boy, it's Marlin. Auto home. I don't like that, what I did there. How can I fix that? I don't like the routing of the Z limit switch. I'm gonna pull it back through here. Here, let's turn it off. I'm gonna redo some of this Z wiring because the wire was coming up to limit switch, and at Z max, I think I was gonna run into problems. So I'm turning it off before I unplug the Z stepper. I'm gonna run this across the top of that and back into the closest thing to cereal is a bowl of spaghetti. Not even spaghetti, like SpaghettiOs. And then I'm gonna go across the top of the Z thing here. The Z thing, that's the technical term. And I think I'm actually going to grab a zip tie. And I'm gonna tie these together just to keep that from falling off the front. Keeping it from falling off the front, not the front falling off the front. Okay. One zip tie of cable management. It didn't come with zip ties, did it? Oh, it did come with zip ties. Okay, we'll have to clean up the wiring a little bit since it came with them. Okay, turning it back on. I'm gonna remove this up by hand and see if it triggers that Z switch before it hits the nozzle. Sanity would have a lot to say about cable management on your reel. Oh, don't worry, I'm triggered. But you gotta learn to suppress that sometimes. Zip tie equals wire managed. Okay, so that's triggered right there. It looks like they ship the, what are you doing, Charlie? That's not for you. Hold on a second. Charlie has a thing about packaging. There we go. Now you can't play with that. Okay, so that's where it triggers, and we're about 5 millimeters from touching the bed, but these come, it looks like the springs come shipped completely compressed. So I'm gonna loosen, oh yeah, that one's completely compressed. So we're gonna just do a preliminary, let's move this around by hand. We're gonna have to adjust this, but just get it somewhat close. Okay, let me let Charlie out. Cat has a thing about wiring, steals them. If these had bed braces out of the box, it would be a great printer. As is, it's just okay. Yeah, the bed This bed has a bit of flex, but it'll print. Let me just put it that way. Okay. Now when I home it, I know it's not gonna crash into the nozzle. Let's go ahead and home it. Auto home. Okay, triggered that. Triggered Y. And triggered Z. Awesome. Define print. Well, I'm leaving that definition to later. Okay. What else do we have to do? There's not really a whole lot, huh? Belt tension seemed okay out of the box. I'm not gonna bother changing it. It's an ender. Yep. So it homed. We'll do a peel after it prints. What do we want to print? What do we want to print? We're an hour and 40 minutes in and we have a working printer. Here, let's do some wire management before we actually print. But what do we want to print? Speedboat. Well, there was some mention of wanting to, let's do that. Let's see, wire management is grab a bundle of wires and zip tie them all to each other, and they're kind of forced to stay in one general spot. Something quick that checks the quality. E3 buggy. This is your most complex build yet. How does it feel to finally reach these heights? Do I get another point on the 3D printing scale by doing this? Parts tray for the Mercury. I thought about that, actually, when I was trying to think of, okay, what are we gonna end up printing today? Probably want to print something that's not gonna take too long. Hey, look at this. Look at this masterful zip-tied bundle. It keeps things out of the way. I'm gonna leave it. As long as the zip ties are trimmed close, we're good, right? You weren't kidding about it being stock, considering it's just come out of the box. Yeah, exactly. Then we'll know the color. I don't even know the color. I don't even know the color. I mean, is zombies here? The color might have to do with whether a certain filament gets here or not. And honestly, I don't know which one I would use, but that would be a good use of that. How are we looking on that? To be fair, swatch truck is a good test print. Yeah, let's do that as the first print. Let's do zombie swatch truck. We might print something else if that's nice and quick. Need to check a previous stream for the link, or is it in the description? What link to what? Soon you'll be offered the chance to review these kinds of machines for free from the manufacturers. I have. I tend to ignore them. It's not, this is a special case. I do not accept Ender clone review offers. It's not what my channel's about. But since this is the basis for a project that's coming up, this is perfect. I'm not reviewing this. I have to do the peel. Once it prints, once it lays down plastic, we'll do the peel. We're both on the waiting list. Did I get it? And trust me, we'll get the first spools off the production line. Awesome. Need a paper gap all 4 corners. Oh yeah, I know. I know. We'll go through the whole print process. So, yeah. Most of what we can do is going to be in here. Let's see, we have a SD card. Came with an 8 GB NetHack SD card. What color do we want to do? Let me see what I have here for PLA. Let's go here. What is your channel about? I have no idea. That's a good, that's good. It means my, I'm winning, right? Now, I've been wanting to print on this stuff. I bought this stuff. It just happens to be Polyterra PLA. So we are going to use that. Do the Creality test print already sliced on the card? Oh, that's a good idea. We'll check that out, and then we'll do a filament swatch. That's a good idea. I like that. Oh, let me cut this. Cut this. That's a good idea. Then I don't have to slice something. It's a good. Charlie wants back in. Let me get him in a second. I could use their filament as well, but whatever. Okay, all the way in. There is that. Doing a Death Racer in the new gold. Ooh. Great test of the printer. Is it? Is it tough? Let me let Charlie in. Where'd you go? Did he give up? Oh, come on. Okay. Let's heat it up. Power it on. And heat it up. The stock prints will not work with Polyterra? Why not? I thought Polyterra was like, you can't clog it. It works no matter what. Does it just need a temperature change? Or am I gonna regret this and I really should grab some of their sample filament for the sample print? Sent you some stuff on Discord as promised. Thanks, Dutch Dude. I saw the notice on my other printer, on the other computer. It needs to be printed hot. Well, we'll just bump the temperature in the middle of the print. Like 220C. Okay. We'll just bump the temperature. We'll still use it. We'll bump the temperature. So let me preheat the glare means you can't see anything what I'm doing here. I'm gonna go to prepare. Is that where it is? Preheat PLA for the hot end and the bed. It says 45C for the bed. Is that gonna be what I want? Hey, Chris. Welcome. Clean the bed. Yeah, we'll check the nozzle. It's heating up right now. Let's move the bed out of the way so we can get in there. Well, that was dumb. I zip tied the X wire. I zip tied the X wire to the. That was dumb. Okay. Nobody saw that. I didn't do it. Nobody saw that. I'm glad I checked before it went to print. Now it has full motion. Okay, we are going to manually change the temperature to 60 for the bed to do the paper test. So we'll go to control and temperature and turn the bed up to 60. And we're gonna leave the nozzle at 190 is fine. And it's heating up. We saw nothing, exactly. A little late, but I made it feel a little under the weather. Hope you feel better, NH3D. I'm gonna move this out of the way, and we're gonna check the nozzle tightness. Oh, this is interesting. This doesn't have the red Creality heatsink on the hot end. It's silver. That's different. Let's pull the heater sock off so I can actually get to the thing, and that should be a 6mm, right? It's not 7. My house is under the weather like 1 foot of snow. It's not going to work until you remove that film from the screen. As soon as it pushes plastic, John, you know the rules. I don't have a 6mm socket out here, so I'll use their included tool. We're just gonna make sure it's snug. Yep, it's snug. And then this goes back on like that. Fake anodizing costs money. Yeah. Okay. That is good. Okay, so it's up to 60 C. The bed's up to temperature. Let's home it. Let's auto home. So, what do we want to talk about while we wait for the Z to home? We're gonna get snow at the end of the week. Looking forward to it. We get freezing temperatures, but we don't typically get freezing temperatures and rain at the same time. That is a very slow Z homing. When am I building my Rook? I wouldn't mind building a Rook. I just have no time. I have projects. So gonna finish the V0 tomorrow. We're gonna finish Tridex from starting New Year's Day through the next 2 or 3 weeks. Going to start on Micron after that, and then the Mercury One after that. Now, in the middle of all this, I've got a special project coming up that'll be weekday streams in January, but I can only do so many weekday streams. Tomorrow's the final V0 S1 stream, right? Yep. So it'll be, and you have to be there for the giveaway. So we're giving away a full V0 S1 kit. LDO is. We're supposed to be 4 degrees Fahrenheit for high on Thursday, Friday. Ooh. It should play elevator music while homing. Yeah, that took a while. Where's a piece of paper? Let me find a piece of paper. I have a little pad of paper somewhere. Oh, it's not there. I used to have tons of these little pads of paper. We'll use this. Is there a Rook mod with a heated bed? I don't know. I don't know a whole lot. I know a little bit about what the Rook is. Is there a... There isn't a built-in, there is not a built-in process for this, right? Nope. Okay. So I'm gonna get this first corner back here. There we go. And then I'm going to disable steppers. Where is that? Under motion. Well, where is it? Maybe prepare? There it is. Disable steppers. And I'm going to move the gantry around by hand. I'm trying to do this without shifting the Z. Oh yeah, I don't miss Marlin either. Okay, and then to the back. Oh, that one needs a lot. Okay. Back to the front. And then we'll double check it in the middle, which it is a little high. So I'm gonna go just a same amount on all of them, since we're mostly gonna be printing in the middle. There we go. Okay. Okay. Have you done any kind of paste type printer? I'm interested in clay for my kiln. Nope, not at all. The chocolate printer is the closest thing I've seen to that. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Actually just finished pouring through the root CAD to get an estimate of the hardware. What do you call a 3D printer that sings soul music? A Marlin Guy. Is that how you say that? Okay, let's extrude filament. Let's see if we can push some filament through here. Yep, filament pushes through. So let's see what's on the. Let's see here. Can we get any kind of a view on this? I might have to do the peel to get rid of some of the glare. Let's just go upside down and don't drop it into the box. There we go. Card inserted. Hey, Domino Box. We're about to print. It says no TF card. It said card inserted. Card removed. Card inserted. Oh, there we go. Print from TF. Model. The owl. Recorder. Quake. Box. I feel like these are going to take a while. Do we know what these are? The owl might be kind of... At least we can start it, right? We'll peel, don't worry. We will peel. I guess we'll just do the owl. Oops, it timed out. The owl. Okay, is it printing? It didn't do anything. That's a folder that doesn't have anything in it. What? All these have nothing in them. Box 3, they have nothing in them. Let's go back. That's under model. User manual. Oh, here we go. We got a dog, a cat, and a pig. This one says 2.5 hours. We're not going to let this finish, but it's going to start, and we're going to get a few millimeters into it. And then we'll print something we want to print after we slice it. Okay. Then the timeout on this is ridiculous. Let's go to the dog. Well, since we're not going to let it finish, let's just do the cat. It's printing, it's heating the bed to 60. Even though preheat PLA only goes to 45. Preheat PLA only goes to 45, but it's setting the print to 60. And it's 200. Oh no, it's 45. Let's go. Let's control temperature, bed to 60. Let's go back to 60. And we're gonna go nozzle 220. There we go. Okay, 60 and 220. Oh, okay. I mean, it's printing. I think this is about as good as I can get on the... Sorry for the shaky cam while I... There we go. There. And the autofocus is going to be annoying. I bet the other folders, they probably do have STLs in them. Are you kidding? You're probably right. Hi, Charlie. You found the ender box. It's crawling in the Ender 5 box. That focusing, how annoying is that? Can I turn that off? Let me see if I can turn that off. Where is that? Can I change the autofocus? Configure video. Camera controls. Focus auto. Okay. Is that better? That's now do I need to focus it now? Is that good? I can't actually see. Maybe right there? That looks okay. Is that better? So I'm trying to focus on the plastic. So let's let chat catch up. I need a better close-up camera. I'm open to suggestions. I'm using a Logitech C922 right now. Now it's all fuzzy? But we're trying to... Huh. Better now? Okay. Fine. I need a boroscope. No risk of camera shaking after it has printed the first layer. Yeah. It's not going to be going all that fast, huh? It's pushing plastic, though. And Steven, make sure you stick around. We'll do a peel here pretty soon. Put a close-up filter on a GoPro. GoPro... When I do an HDMI output from a GoPro, and it turns off the on-device display, and I have to look at this while I touch the back screen. It's a clunky solution for trying to do in a live stream. My GoPro is gonna end up getting used for like time lapses and stuff like that. Sorry, John. If you've got suggestions to improve that, I'm all ears. What temp am I at? 220. I bumped it up just straight to 220. It's gotta print a raft first, apparently. Yeah, it looks pretty good here. When's it gonna actually start printing the cat? Is it after this layer? Yeah, seriously, John, if I could actually use my GoPro for this stuff, I would. So if there are suggestions on how to make it work better for me, the screen goes off with the media mod on the Hero 9. Yes. As soon as I plug it up to HDMI out, the screen is no longer useful, and I can't actually. I have to look at the output and just kind of swipe on the device itself in order to get the change any settings or anything. It's just a Raft STL. Yeah, let me know. Message me. I mean, I really like my little tripod. I use my GoPro tripod for my Logitech camera. We'll let this go a few layers. And while we're doing that, let me jump out on printables. And do you go by Zombie Hedgehog on there, Zombie? Zombie Hedgehog. Good night, Nathan. Thanks for being here. You send me the GoPro, you won't have that problem anymore. The GoPro is still useful. There are tools for the job, right? I've had a hard time using the GoPro in a live stream setting, but I should be using it for like capturing. I mean, I used my GoPro to do my Solid Fork serial number, for instance, serial video. The award-winning swatch truck. Download. Swatch truck shapes. Let's just download that. And that is downloaded. So when we go to do a Prusa Slicer profile, that'll be there. I'd like to get enough layers in here to get an idea of what wall quality looks like. Oh, the ornament is cute. Here, I'll switch over for a second. This is the swatch truck by our very own Zombie Hedgehog. Let me copy this. And then there is a ornament remix that is cute. GoPro camera are ideal for cereals because you can drop the camera into the milk. I've never used one, keep looking at them now that the kids and I have been doing some YouTube videos. I started with GoPro. I mean, I had this camera here, this angle here was a GoPro in my early videos. Hey, John. When you print it, it partially follows the Ellis surface flow. So 40% infill, 10 to 12 top layers. Okay. 40% infill, 10 to 12 top layers. Are you wanting out, Charlie? I think he's wanting to come up here, so I'll facilitate the sometimes overheating timing out. Oops. No, that's a box, it's not food. Charlie likes to chew on the edges of tape that hold boxes together. That's his thing. I don't know if he wants to do parrot duties. We'll see. He's looking at me. Ooh. What's up, Charlie? They love to nibble on the cardboard. He doesn't like the cardboard. He likes the tape. He nibbles on the tape that's holding boxes together. Oh, there he is. I don't think there's anything he can get in trouble with. See, are you kidding? One of my cats likes to lick the transparent tape and the other one likes to bite on the foam. Charlie likes to bite on the foam too. I can't leave foam around or he'll chew on it and probably eat it. What do you want, Charlie? We'll go back here. Okay. There's my microphone. Are we good? Yep. He's content. That's all he wanted. Needs some loving. Yep. What if we turn the speed up? Let's go 150%. It's sounding a little angry. It is quiet. It is really quiet, actually, at these speeds, granted. Polar Ted, I am using some Polyterra red. Is it just red? Is that what they call it? Polyterra Army Red. This is Army Red. This is the cat. This should be the cat now. No more. So Charlie has been doing well. So it has been right at a year since he had the bladder stone issue and had his surgery and was at the vet for a week and everything. It's been a year now. Christmas weekend will be a year. So all of his checkups have been good. So his last checkup at the beginning of this month, the numbers came back in the labs were better than the previous checkup. So, yep. He had the cone and the big bare spot on his butt. It has been a year. Isn't that crazy? Here, it's at 150% right now. Let's go 200. So we're going at a whopping 60 millimeters per second now, probably. Charlie is on a special food. He's on we buy it from Chewy. It's Royal Canin Renal Diet is what he uses. It's a prescription food. It's not too bad though. We're at 200% now. ESP cam is like 10 bucks and small enough to put anywhere, also web controlled. I don't know if quality of focus is good enough inside the printer or on the fan mount. Are we talking about interior cameras? Yeah, Charlie's doing well. He is now right at 15 and a half years old. But we will be keep doing what we do. We give him injections, fluid injections in the scruff of the neck about every other night, just to make sure he's well hydrated. We do not want more bladder stones. That's what my oldest cat eats, same brand, yeah. That's at 200%. I have no idea how fast it's going or... In cat years, he's older than me by a whole lot of years, yes. But look at this. He's just chilling. He's just fine. So my friend had a cat, lived to 21 with diabetes. 21 or 22. Wife, why do we need an iPad in the fridge? Me, for YouTube while I make your coffee. 500 Excel, mad speeds. We could hook it up. We could hook up USB and open up Pronterface and see what the settings are. Let's bump this to 250% before we do that though. 250%. Oh, about 200% with firmware limits? Yeah, because I just bumped it to 250 and I didn't hear any difference. So that checks out. I think it's as fast as it can go. Which means we were talking about, well, we can change some of those settings, right? With commands, like Excel numbers and stuff, because someone said it skips Excels in the y-axis, or it skips at high Excels in the y-axis. "60 millimeters per second is what it tops out at. It is awfully quiet though, for what I'm used to from an Ender. He used to weigh 13 kilograms. That's huge. Chris, we passed on that model, got the no tablet quad door. We love our Samsung quad door refrigerator. It is awesome. The little quick access door and then the pitcher of filtered water is like the best thing ever. The ice maker could use some work. It does not have a sensor to not drop ice when you have the drawer open. It'll drop ice into the back of the freezer. But overall, that fridge is awesome. Okay, I think what we're going to do is set Charlie down now that he's had some pets. See if he'll take his pillow, and we will look for a micro USB cable and see what we can do. Multi-door fridges are less efficient. I don't care. It's so nice to have. The dual French doors, lower and upper. I like my dual French door fridge. We had just the side-by-side fridge and freezer before, and that was frustrating. Okay, you are going back to your pillow now. I'm gonna pull out my box of USB cables. Let's see if I have a long enough micro USB. That should do it. We'll do that. There we go. French doors with a bottom freezer. Yeah. Oh, no, I don't like the bottom drawer freezers. We definitely did not want that. Okay, I am going to reach over here. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Charlie. Okay, I'm not gonna let this just keep going because we're at 2.5 hours. Let's play with what its current settings are and what we can tweak it to, and print us a swatch truck, and then call it good. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop this print. And stop print. Oh, it does move out of the way. That's cool. So let's back here. And let's put this here. We got Steven around. Let's see what we have. Oop, oop. If I can keep a grip on it. There we go. Okay. A little peel. What do we have? Let's just peel right off. There we go. Look at that raft. Can't really see anything from this print. Well, it's a fuzzy skin print too, apparently, or at least it looks like it. But that's good. No glare change. Never heard of English muffins before moving from England to the US. Okay, let's hook up USB. That's gonna come up. Let's go here. And then let's bring up Pronterface. I'll bring up Pronterface. And Charlie is in the way, sort of. Is it COM3? It might be COM6. Let's connect. Air, couldn't connect to COM6. Let's try COM3. Connecting. Let's see what COM6 is supposed to be. Let's see, try 115, 200. Disconnect, connect. Printer is now online. Okay. What is it, M502? Or 3? Oh, M503. Okay, we're connected. Awesome. I don't think I can zoom in on this. Yeah. Is there any view here to... I don't think I can zoom in on this. So M503 gives us Maximum accelerations of X is 500 and Y is 500. So what do you think the limit is on Y here? What do we think our limit is? Can we, because that's kind of what we wanted to do, is bump up our accelerations and see when it fails at some point. Someone, I don't remember who was chatting with me about that, about talking about the... If we go, let's change it to 1K. So what is that? Maximum acceleration, M201, Y, or let's just go X. Oops, I'm not actually typing where I want to type. M201, X1000, Y1000. We can bump it up again. Let's print a swatch at 1,000. Let's print a swatch at 1,000, and then we'll bump it up and try to get it to fail. How's that? And we'll do that by just moving it, not necessarily a print. So, and what's our feed rate? Maximum feed. It says the maximum feed rate is 500, so we shouldn't have been running into any issues there. Yep, M500. M500 to save. Now it just says sending. Why is it just sending? M503. Now the accelerations are set to 1,000 now. M500 saves, right? So we should be good. So now let's bring up Prusa Slicer. Now this is from prior. Move the max to 5,000, rely on the code to limit it. We're going to, we'll get there. Do they have is there an Ender 5 in the configuration wizard, or do I just need to use the Ender 3? Creality. Ender 5. Ender 5 plus, let's just go Ender 5 with a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. I did have the SD card in while saving. Is that a bad thing? I did. Should I not have? Let's pick the Ender 5. Next. Custom printer setup. I don't think I need to do that. Finish. Creality, Ender 5. There we are. It might need to be in. It was in, so. On the 32-bit board, Creality saves the EEPROM stuff onto SD card. Well, that's interesting. That's kind of annoying too. I think just generic PLA is fine, and that's fine. So let's load our file. Let's load our swatch. Okay, cool. Hey, Nuno. And let's look at our printer settings. Is all of this good? We've got 220 by 220, okay. Marlin. And the extruder is 6 millimeters of retraction. Why don't I ever receive notifications for member streams? I don't know, but I do member posts as well. I do a post the night before usually. And filament settings. So we're gonna, 220 seem to work well. So we'll leave that at 220. And we're gonna leave everything else alone and then look at our print settings. So you said I should do a bunch of top layers, huh? Let's go 10 top layers. I won't need that many for this size model, right? See, Evil? You got a notification of the post 30 minutes before. And then, what, 40% infill is what you said? It's not gonna have any infill, is it? You do 10? Okay. Oh, 10 layers? How much infill? 10 infill? I think you said 40 before. And what is the speed gonna be here? Ooh, those are all slow. Didn't like to talk about muffins versus tea cakes. It's an English muffin, right? Said 40% infill, okay. I don't know if I want to bump any of this up, and I'm not gonna set any accelerations. I'm gonna let it go, so it should accelerate 1,000 millimeters per second squared. See how long it says this is gonna take. 43 minutes. We'll be bumping up the speed on this. Well, let's go ahead and grab the card. And export this to the SD card. Okay, are we good? Export to SD card. Swatch truck, save. Exporting finished. According to Tesco, a large British grocery chain, English does have English muffins. I thought so. Okay, are we ready to send another print to this thing? Let me take the... Let me get this set up. I don't know where that's gonna need to be. Looks good, let's get it going. Let's get it started. Nope, there it is. And it's gonna have to preheat. I have no idea what the workflow here that they do on this is. Let's see, let's find out. Let's look at the start G code. So we are going to set a temporary nozzle temp so it doesn't ooze. Gonna home. And does it do sets a final temp, and it does do a prime, okay. So all of that stuff it's gonna do. Why is it going down? Okay, sure. Now it's heating up to temperature. So did anybody suggest earlier what color should I do on this? It'd be black frame, obviously. What colors? Primary and accent. I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing for my Micron either. It may be yellow and black. It may be yellow and black. Orange accents. It's possible. That's not a bad idea. I don't have an orange accented. Well, I have the Prusa orange, but that's eye-searing, bright orange, neon orange. Like the Polymaker teal and orange combo. Grab a little ooze there. Do a French accent. Oh, there goes the purge line. It is not nearly close enough. Why not? Why was that not nearly close enough? And it's not. Oh, it is extruding. Okay, cancel. Stop print. And it just rebooted? No, stop print. There we go. That would have been the beginnings of a blob. I would have had a blob with that. But why is it not anywhere close to... Let's try something. Let's go... no, what does that? That doesn't change. Huh. Let's just go a couple of turns on the wheels closer. Try again. No auto tramming and leveling is for the birds. I need baby stepping, yeah. Nope, no baby stepping. Black and yellow bumblebee theme. That may be the Micron. The Micron may be the Sparta sparkle yellow as the accent. Oh, it is still set to 250%. I'm turning that down. That's a basic version of Marlin. Oh, yeah. It is basic. It will never be touched because it's going to get replaced. I did still have the speed increased. 250% first layer just wasn't going to cut it. Is Pronter face still? Yeah. Yeah, it's monitoring what I'm doing. Oh, here it comes. Let me just grab the ooze. Oh, and that bit of filament off of there. Let's see what happens. Now it's a little close. That looks better. Yeah, that looks a lot better. It's lifting a little bit. Let's see what happens. It's nice and squish. I think it may be squished too much. Let's see if that helps. If that helps, I might just restart it. Being this early in the print, that helped quite a bit. Maybe. How are we? Yeah, we're at 220 degrees. It's not happy. It's not happy. I'm gonna stop it. Yeah. Go away. Yeah, see? It was not being happy. Too much squish to not enough pretty quickly. I think I'm adjusting these wheels too much at a time. Let's try it again. Get the purge line off. At least most of it. What do I have? Too high on the right side. Well, I'm adjusting it as it's going, and it's not ideal for me to be adjusting it at all. This is why you need the braces. The bed warms up and goes floppy. Yeah. This is, like I said, I don't really care. We're just having fun. This is not going to end up getting used like this. It is getting upgraded. Let's try this again. This is getting upgraded before I care about any of the factory stuff. Let's see. It's at 100%. It's heating up. How does the V0 not have the same issue? It's a much smaller bed, and it's using linear rails, 2 of them, to hold it. Good news, everyone. The enclosed ender just did a full plate of ABS. Awesome. Do you have those fancy printed screw drawers? Which ones? How do you like that textured bed compared to the ones used on your Vorons? Oh, this isn't bad. I like the texture. It's a nice fine texture, but it marks really easy from what I've seen. Okay, 220 degrees. Members only food chat. It might be a little high already again. I don't know, we'll see. That actually laid down pretty well. I'm a little high over here. Let's try that. That looks pretty good. Oh yeah, much better. If it'll stay stuck. Still way high? I don't think it's way high. I really don't think so. Look at how it's laying down on the infill there. It's laying down pretty good. It might be a little high, but I wouldn't say way high. Cooking is my first hobby, 3D printing second. Yeah, I think it's not even, that's for sure. But the bed's a little bit of a bowl. Oh, that did not stick at all. Wow. Do I need to print this on a raft? That did not stick at all. Why didn't that stick at all? Okay, I am gonna go this way, that much there. Maybe just a little bit on each one. Let's try that. I assume it's going to be ABL as part of the conversion. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Whatever the most recommended ZeroG setup is what it's going to get. Okay, let's try this again. Did you clean it all yet? I did. I did. And I haven't touched it with my fingers, but I can do a little swipe just in case. Very light swipe because I don't want to ship the bed. I haven't touched it. I've been touching it with the tweezers. This is why the glass bed is so popular for these, for sure. Make a bunch of skirt perimeters so you can adjust. Yeah, that's a good idea. Others in the house having the cookie hobby means I really need to get back to my running and cycling hobbies. Yes. It's actually a Voron promotion at this point. Clicky with Hydra. Okay. That is where I will go with it. A little bit of filament there is good enough. Those poor tweezers peeling off felt prints and skirt is why we evolved fingernails. But fingernails are right next to fingers, which have oils on them. It is heating back up to temperature. A little ooze. Is EVA 3 standard at this point? I'll be building mine with EVA 3. I left my phone in my pocket. Oh, and my watch is fully charged. I can put my watch back on. Okay, there it goes. That looks a little better. Maybe. All Steve speak up. That's what the bulk of us are running right now. BL Touch works as well. I have a BL Touch still. I probably have a couple of them. We're on a highly modified, remade version of 2.4. Okay. See ya, Jack Black. That looks quite a bit better. It's still lifted in the very corner there that you can't see because it's a big freaking wide tool head. BL Touch on an EVA 3 is great. Might pull out a BL Touch to play with again. Sure. Are there any like well-working like CAN tool head boards or anything for the EVA tool head? It is not wanting to stick on that wheel. Everything around it stuck reasonably well, but it is not wanting to stick. Okay, let's stop this one again. We're gonna get a good print here. Let's go back to, oh, it's not there. I'm gonna go back to here. And let's go to the print settings and let's cheat a little bit. Let's go to a 0.3 layer, and this might screw up your model, I don't know, but we're gonna do a 0.3 millimeter first layer, and then we're gonna do the, let's do like 5 loops and like 8 millimeters out so I can check my, my first layer while it's doing the parameters. $225C first layer. Okay. Let's go 225. Slice it. Oh, I do 0.24 first layer, whatever helps it stick. Yeah, let's go thick on the first layer. We want to get this thing, we want to get this printed. Print surface is not completely flat. It's an ender, come on. Isn't that kind of part of the definition? Ender defined, not flat first layer. Not flat build surface. Yeah, let's get my no touchy. Could also try moving it to a different part of the plate. I've done all of my work at this side of the plate, so we're gonna get this going again. Print. Swatch truck. It's a feature on the box, yeah. Small tweaks to be more reliable for me, yeah. Hey, could an Elegoo first layer just saying it could be worse? Oh, are Elegoo's really bad, or at least yours? Now it's heating up to 225 first layer. I'm gonna use John Stern's suggestion for an evolved fingernail on this stubborn piece back here. Oh well, it's not coming off. Maybe my oils from my finger will help keep it from sticking more. Ah. Nope. Almost to temperature. Grab the booger. John Stern's evolved fingernail theory. Oh, we are gonna go for a long stream tomorrow. I hope I'm ready. I'm guessing we'll hit the 6-hour mark. Okay, bump, print. There it is. Now we're gonna have a big skirt to adjust. Okay, that I would call good. This side, let's go just a little bit here and a little bit here. Maybe a little bit back here. Okay. They're touching each other. There's no gaps in the perimeters. Yeah, I mean, it's even all the way around. I don't know if I want to mess with it too much. A little bit right there. I'm feeling pretty decent about that. Are you using a kit or entirely self-sourced for this project? So Fabreeko is providing the kit for this. Fabreeko provided the under 5, and he's providing the kit. Are you starting early? Would really like to watch the whole stream. I'm gonna start my normal time. I need to get back to that. Early times are really tough for me to do, just because I really like having the prep time in the morning. But we may be going 6 hours on the stream, but the giveaways will be at the same 3-hour mark. So that's my compromise between requiring folks to be there, is that I do the giveaways at a set time rather than the unknown at end of stream. Wait, what stuff landed up modbots for that? I think the Core XY kit stuff landed it at modbots. How are we doing? We might be a tad close, but the edges are sticking better than they did last time. I look like a moron leaning up to sneak under that big head. The earlier the better. Oh, I guess we don't do any Z-hop there. It drug right across that bit. It's not. Let's see what happens here. That one's stuck this time. That wheel has been a problem. There are bits that aren't sticking though. Let's see if it's enough to complete the print. It's looking okay. It might be over extruding a little bit too. We didn't do any kind of extrusion multiplier calibration. It's not great. But they are sticking. There's a bit there that I think might cause it to fail, but we'll see. Maybe we can at least get to the second layer this run. The wheel's all stuck, and we haven't had that happen yet. Oh. Second layer of the perimeter. I've started doing 2 layers of a brim like this, just because if you happen to be too close, it's a lot easier to pull off. The EM is 1, yeah. Whatever the default in Prusa Slicer is. I mean, an EM is 1. A 1 is fine if you're calibrated right. Gonna fail. We'll see. It's actually looking a... I think it's... Yeah. All right. Friend here is now realizing why we say enders. Design I'm gonna need to order from Pouch by the looks. Oh, for motion control stuff. Pouch is good stuff. I've had good luck with the things I've ordered from them. Yeah, I haven't even looked at the tensioner. Well, things are sticking. Let's see what happens with that blob that's over there. There's a little blob on there. I don't really want to pick it, although I feel like I want to, but I don't. There it goes. It grabbed it. I don't think that big goober is going to pull it up. It's sitting on top. It's actually just sitting on top. It's not grabbing. See? And I can actually just see, it's not even, it wasn't even stuck to anything. I've never used Pouch linear rails. I didn't know they did linear rails. I've only used their pulleys and belts. I was not aware they did linear rails. I grabbed it. I grabbed that little piece. I went in there like a... Went in there with the tweezers. Need to order some to build my first floor on. Expertly grabbed, exactly. Lots of practice. Hey, Frank, welcome. Here, Frank, if you don't mind, you don't have to do anything with this, but we'll do that there. You don't have to actually use your powers, but they're there. It is going. So what are we at? 14%. It's supposed to be a 45-minute print according to, what does it say? 43-minute print. I may or may not have a tweezer-shaped indentation in my PI plate. Yeah. Yeah, there's no Z-hop, but it is looking pretty good. Everything's kind of evened out a bit. This is a 20-minute print. Okay, let's make it a 20-minute print. Now that's got a few layers down. If the slicer says 43 minutes, I just put it at 200%, so minus however long it's been going. So maybe we got another 20 minutes now. Touch, let me be an admin on Discord for 15 seconds. It was printing at 100% speed. Now it's printing at 200% speed. Now, 200% of this, Charlie's mostly in the way, but you can see. 200% of slow is still slow. So I was playing with Fata's Pets GF this morning. I'm already a huge fan. Ooh, I have some of their PA12 nylon, the sample roll. 150% is the max realistic speed. For some reason, DFH still lets me admin its Discord. Channels there are Technicolor from all the goofy rolls I've given people. Oh, man. What the fuck is percent speed? I don't know. What is percent speed? Percent of what? Well, all moves should be twice as fast, right? Or 150% according to Phil. Okay, we're at infill, but it should only have a little bit of infill then before it goes to those 10 solid top layers, right? Not like it's big enough to get any speed. This is true. This is very true. The hot end will struggle at over 150%. Oh, I see. Well, let's see. Let's go back over here and just for curiosities. There's no volumetric. Let's go to advanced. 15 millimeters is what it's limited to. But if we go to the platter and look at volumetric flow rate, at one point, it's hitting 5. With the settings we've set, at one point, at the very end, it's hitting 5. I just have to go print something on one of the belt printers. Makes the stock ender seem like it's flying. Yeah. This is 15 minutes in, it's 30%. How are we doing? Oh, a couple of layers of infill. So this has got a... How thick is this thing? It is 4 millimeters thick. And we are at 1.5. So the next one's all solid, should be. Add 15 to 20 degrees to the hot end. Well, we're already at 220 right now. It actually looks pretty good on the sides, the 8 layers or so of sides I can see. I want to let this one go all the way through. Then maybe we'll do some quick Pronter face, just moves at high acceleration and speeds and see where the y-axis fails. We'll run a little longer than I wanted to. That's fine. As long as you all are okay with that. What else do I have around here to show off or update? Not a whole lot. I got parts, new parts for the Micron in. I got new parts for the Micron, pretty cool. I got a 185 build sheet and a build plate with nice, cool locating tabs on the back. A heater. Texture seems pretty decent. Two-sided textured. I guess it runs stealth chop, so it won't be that fast until Y skips. Well, we'll find out where. It's a 180 watt bed heater, AC. That'll be for the Micron build. Micron build is getting the Manta M8P. It's getting a ducky. But yeah, Manta board. Well, those are all test parts for some Micron parts. So I don't know what'll end up in production and whatever, but those are what I'm going to use for the Micron build. I don't need this anymore. There we go. We're on solid layers now. And we're at 1.9 millimeters, so another 2 millimeters, 2.1 millimeters, and it's done. What? What's Oh boy. Is anybody else in chat now? We still have 84 people. Wow. Going to the Rocky Mountain Rep Festival. Eva versus Hero thoughts. I don't know what Hero is. I know what Eva is. Eva? Eva? It was an LDO micro kit maybe coming. Maybe. So Rocky Mountain Rep Festival. Who's going? Your flight is booked. Awesome. Awesome. I am very seriously probably going to drive there. So I want to be able to take some larger printers than I can when flying. Not $100 sure? Eva. When is it? It is April 22nd, that weekend. 16-hour drive for me as well. Yep. So you are bringing the STI? Probably not. If I can find one, I want to buy. I mean, I'd love to buy a Maverick. If I could find a Maverick, I would buy one today. If I could find a Maverick that wasn't being marked up to double its price, I would buy one today. I'll be there. I've got 3 machines I want to bring at least. Awesome. Oh, and we're officially having Death Racers? Very nice. I'll be at Murph, Projects in Dad's Garage. Awesome. I could potentially take probably 1 or 2 big printers and 2 or 3 small printers, maybe 4, because one of them could be very small. By the time that happens, one of them could be very small. Eva versus Stealth Burner. My Merc currently has Stealth Burner, but I just want to tinker with it. Well, there's no question. I'm not even considering, even if it was compatible with the .1 version, I want something different than the Voron ecosystem when I build this. So it would not even on the radar to try Stealth Burner on it. Yes, you need to build a Death Racer, Frank. Dealer here has one at MSRP. I want an EcoBoost. I don't want the hybrid. I'd prefer it all-wheel drive, and I'd prefer few options, some of the options. And I'd prefer it not to be a grayscale color, because everything out there is grayscale. I'd like the blue, maybe the red. The darker blue would be cool. It's a done deal, insurance paid, announcements being worked on. Awesome. That's very good news. Some markets are so nuts. I'm seeing between $8,000 and $20,000 or $30,000 in California on those. The 60 cube V0 half printer. No, cooler than that. At least I think so. I want to bring my Milo, a doomed salad fork, and the Prex Z, and V21112 if it fits in the car. I want to bring Tridex. I'll bring a V0. Maybe the Micron. Maybe something like this if it gets done. And another printer that we might be working on in January. I think it's an all-wheel drive EcoBoost, and it's gray. Where are you at, Scott? You're quite a drive for me, though. I think that would be. I need to expand my search. I could go Oregon, Nevada, but your neck of the woods, I think, would be a bit of a stretch. They are impossible to find now. Toyota. A lot of manufacturers are looking to enter the market now. The problem is nothing's really slated before 2025. And I'd like to get something now-ish. I could potentially just rent something. It is the event, Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Festival, is in Loveland, Colorado, which is a little north of Denver. How is this doing? This is looking pretty damn sweet. And we're at 2.7 millimeters. Just a few layers to go. Hey, Killer Prince. You're in Kansas. Yeah, that's a bit of a drive for me. phone was under the car. I'm hoping to possibly go to Rocky Mountain Rev Festival for Maker Deck. Awesome. I can put it on a cargo plane to Washington. You can pick it up there. I can visit quite a few people in Washington. I have car friends up there. I have 3D printing friends. I don't have any family up there though. Don't send printers via, no, I will be driving them myself. Like I said, potentially if I don't find a Maverick or something similar by then, I may just rent something and drive it. You have the Tridex nearby, so you can just show me something. Potentially, what do you want to see? What do you want to see, Bruno? About 1 hour north of Denver off I-25. Is it okay to install backers with hammerhead nuts? Sure, that's fine. Just make sure they spin into place. Oh, Bill Brothers used to live there? Skirts meshed. Skirts meshed. You want to see the mesh skirts on them that I did? I don't, they're not installed. I can probably show you. I'm talking about these. I can't bring Charlie. That would be a nightmare. Joel is in Washington, yes. So is several or a couple of members of the Voron team are in Washington. Yeah, what do you want to see about them? What about the centerpieces? What do you mean? Of the sides? I haven't done those yet, and that's a good question. I haven't done those yet, and that's an excellent question. I don't know how I'm gonna do those. Load up RCF on the way onto the truck. This is 3.3 millimeters. We're getting close. That looks good. It's not perfect, but the zero tuning on the, well, so what tuning you can do. Here I was going to offer my room again, but that's only if you bring Charlie. That would be such a nightmare. I might bring my wife. She actually said she might want to go. So, especially if we drive. If we fly, she probably won't go. But if we drive, she may go with, which would be awesome. Yeah, I'm not sure, Bruno, what I'm gonna do with those either. Maybe print a thing that inserts from the rear and just glues in. She could be the Voron team photograph. She's done photography as a hobby, as wedding pictures, that kind of stuff before, baby pictures. So she would actually be good with that. Would Cheddar and Charlie get along? Ah, that's a good question. That is a good question. Lots of stuff to do in the area and beautiful scenery just to the west. Yeah. Get something other than cell phone pictures. This is almost done. Oh, I guess I can switch back here. How would you rate this printer for someone with no experience versus like a bed slinger? I think this is probably comparing this to an Ender 3, your level of how much you want to buy it with the idea of tweaking it would probably have a huge effect. I'm expecting, I have no idea, but I'm expecting to like the Mercury One more than I like an Ender 3 as a switch wire conversion. But I don't know. We'll find out. This is also quite a bit more expensive than an Ender 3. You can get an Ender 3 for between $100 and $200. And this is almost double that. And it has all the same bed leveling frustrations as the others, so. I've heard it's a mess without mods. Yeah, this is interesting. I wonder why they did the extra extrusion here for the Z instead of just going, probably for ease of assembly, they can do a module of the pieces for the Z. But 340 today at Creality, yeah. I would say the Ender 5 is a better start point if you're buying it with the idea of modding it. And from what I see on the conversion to Core XY doesn't seem, it's surprisingly, the cost is at a surprising level. Are there braces for this bed? Is that what I'm hearing? If you're going into an E5 with the immediate thought of going Mercury One, get an open box off eBay. That's a good point. Because you're not going to use most of it. For my Ender wire, the bed I use solid mounts that would work, stiffen that bed as well. It's fantastic. I don't think for this, I don't think mounts, the springs are the real problem. Now, if you're talking Ender mounts, you're probably talking the spacers instead of the springs. This is all this flexing of the assembly. I mean, it's cantilever. It's riding on these two linear rods in the back. Several braces for the Ender 5 Pro. I'm not gonna worry about it. This is gonna get, unless I do a staged upgrade, then I may do some sort of stiffening the bed mods for the first stage of the Mercury One stuff. But if I go straight to Hydra, then I'm not gonna worry about it. Or 97%. Oh, there we go. It's moving out of the way and the tool head is in focus. Wow, how far is it moving out of the way? It's moving the bed down. It's still moving. It's very slow. I use solid mounts when I put a BL touch on it. A 1 kilogram spool on the bed bends the bed down at front quite a bit. Oh, I bet. What board will I use there? I'm not sure. I haven't decided on the board. The red Merc 1 at Murph has a stock E5 bed and still printing with it that way. Missed the first bit of the stream. Is this a new machine, just a mod, or something you've had? This is a new machine. So this was provided to me by Fabreeko with the intent to upgrade it to a Mercury 1.1 build. Down, down, all the way to the bottom. Let's just go ahead and pull this off and investigate. Okay. First layer. And then definite over extrusion. Wonder if any of these are free. Oh, that one broke free without too much issue. That one is not. So definitely not tuned. This filament is great though. This red is good. I like it. Let me take a closer look at this. Lots of bulging in the corners. Lots of bulging in the corners. It seems under extruded in the infill there, but definitely gets to over extrusion in the small spots. Three-point bed or 2. Well, right now this is, I guess, 1 point technically. It's a Prusa. My Under 5 never dropped the bed like that. It's the profile. It's the stop G code in the profile, in the default Prusa slicer profile for the Under 5. I did increase the speed. So, like I said, we're not going to tune this. We're not going to worry about that. But what we are going to play around with is we're going to see maybe here. We're going to play around with moving the y-axis and see at what acceleration and speed it ends up failing. I mean, we got another few minutes, right? So let's go back over here. And we know it's going to handle, it's probably going to handle the 1,000 millimeters per minute, or per second that it's set up, per second squared. So M503 brings up, and let's do this a couple of times so you can see it. Brings up our current values in the firmware. Now, where is max velocity, max feed rates? It'll go 500 millimeters per second in X and Y. So, Under 5, no, there's the Prusa slicer, nice color at least. How's the layers? Layers look okay. What hot end are you planning on using for that conversion? Probably a Revo Voron. I know there's files out there for it, so I was gonna use that. The Mercury build 3-point bed is called a Hydra. My guess is 4K XL. Let's double it from where it is right now. Or actually, let's do this. Let's go G0 X110 Y220 F 6000. Okay, so that moved it to the front of the bed. And then if we just move this at what is some reasonable 300 millimeters per second, which is times 60. If we move it at 300 millimeters per second, what is the millimeters per, how does that work? 18,000. So G0Y, let's go not to 0, but 10, apparently, because it's 0, 0 on the back corner. F 18,000. So you saw the acceleration there at 1,000. It never hit the speed that I told it to, but that's just the movement from, hey Dustin. That's at 1,000 millimeters per second squared, calling for 300 millimeters per second speed, the length of the Y. So let's bump up the, and maybe, no, what is this? M201, Y, let's go 3,000. And now we should be able to run it back. Run it back to 0. That was at 3,000 accels, right? This is back, same thing. It's moving. I'm running my E5 at 8,000 accelerations before it starts skipping. So let's bump this up then. Let's change this to, let's change this to 6,000. We double it again. It was 3,000, now it's 6,000. And we're gonna go to here. Is that actually increasing or is this not actually saving? I should be able to, M503, oops, M503. It didn't, because I hit M502 on accident. M201, Y6000, M503 should show Y6000, M500. I feel a Hector vibe. That's not a Voron, no. Okay, so it's at 6,000 right now. Let's go back to, oh, it did speed up that time. It didn't skip. That was 6,000. Okay. Let's increase it again. And this is only 300 millimeters per second. Should we bump that up? Let's do its full 500 millimeters per second. Hey, zombie, thanks. So 30,000 is what we should do. Let's do this again with this at 30,000. It says it'll do 500 millimeters per second. Let's see what happens. It doesn't hit that. It doesn't have enough room to hit that. So I'm calling for 500 millimeters per second. It's not actually hitting it, but that's what I'm calling for. Let's bump, and that's at 6,000 millimeters per second square of acceleration. Let's bump that acceleration up. Find that. Let's go to 10,000. And then M503. Let's see if that actually says 10,000. It does. Here, you can see that. I know it's tiny, but it's right there. Y 10,000. Now the max feed rate, Y is 500. So we're running it at the max feed rate. So let's go 30,000. Okay, we ready? Yeah, it's not actually hitting anything. It's not actually hitting that speed. Am I reading this wrong? Am I reading something wrong here? Okay, where are we at? That was more of the vendors. They're on the ones that they really stepped up. Talking about that, yeah. M204TX, what does that mean? Probably limited by torque at this point. It's not going any faster. It did change at one point, that's true. What happens if we go... I like to do things, as long as we're not gonna actually destroy anything. Let's do, what is it? Let's do something M201 Y 20,000. And now let's move it. Yeah, it's not actually changing at this point. I go to an extreme and don't see a noticeable change. Oh, travel Excel? But it changed when I did the M201. What do we have here? M204. Is that what that is? M204 T6000. See if we do that. Is that what you're saying? Hey, pushing plastic. Whoa! Oh, that'll do it. That was trying to push. So I changed the travel Excel that ZeroG Dutch dude was just saying to 6,000. And at 500 millimeters per second, it instantly skipped. So let's home all. That was awesome. Let's home all. See ya, Chris. That was 500 millimeters per second. So now we gotta wait for this elevator. So what do we want to do? Do we want to see what accelerations it will still do 500 millimeters per second at? Or should we see what accelerations it'll do like 300 millimeters per second at? Oh, good call. Good call, Alan. Because I don't need it. I don't need the bed up there. Okay, so G0, Y10, X, 210, oops, 110, F. Let's just move it over there. Okay. Yes. Number 2, Bruno, we want to see it See how, so let's see if it'll make that movement at 300, the same movement we just tried to do at 300 millimeters per second. So this is 300 millimeters per second, 6,000 millimeters per second squared acceleration from X10 or Y10 to Y210. It won't do it at 300 millimeters per second. Now let's, can I just home X and Y? I would do most acceleration at 200 millimeters per second. Well, right now, since we already have that set, I think I'm just gonna go through and see what speed it will do 6,000 millimeters per second squared. So I'll just keep reducing that speed until it does it. We're just having fun. We're just playing. Go there. And now we want to go, what do we got? 200, so that we're go 12,000 millimeters per minute. So this is 200 millimeters per second. Okay. Home X and Y. Reducing speed until we hit a point where we can move at that acceleration. And it might not be possible, right? I mean, I guess it does move at 6,000 millimeters per minute. Let's go 9,000 millimeters per minute. Almost. So that was 9,000. So what is that, 150 millimeters per second? Okay, so let's do 6,000. It won't even do 100 millimeters per second at 6,000. If it won't do 100 millimeters per minute, let's see what it will do 100 millimeters per minute at. Accels require torque and are the actual limit to speed. Maintaining speed is easy. Yeah, we're playing here. I mean, what else, right? Move it back over there. It does move at 6,000. It didn't move last time at 6,000. The motors are not in UART mode. I would bet the amps are going to be off a bit. Yeah. X limit is hit by the wheel. Yes, it is. That's what Creality does. What do we want to try next? We want to bring this down. What's a reasonable, like 3,000? Do we want to just change our acceleration? Where's that 204 command? M204. What do we want to do, like 4,000, 3,000? It's at 6,000 right now. Let's go 3. I just changed it to 3,000. So let's go here. Okay, so that's 100 millimeters per second. This will be 200 millimeters per second. At 3,000, excuse me, my throat's starting to get dry. At 3,000 millimeters per second squared, it will do, it is making this movement at a called for 200 millimeters per second. Let's go 18,000. That seems pretty reasonable. Excuse me. So I don't know if they're here, but I happen to have Sunday's stream up on my other screen there. And I want to thank Mark for becoming a member. Offline, Mark became a Charlie's Angel. So I just noticed that as I was getting a drink. Hey, Mark, welcome. That's perfect timing. So, okay, I think we're at 4 hours. 4 hours for a Charlie's Angel stream is pretty good. I've got to do some prep work for tomorrow. So thank you for hanging out with me, putting together this Ender 5 Pro. This thing is I'm really looking forward to this build. I've been talking, Hector brought this build up a long time ago, and I've been churning it around, and so I'm really looking forward to doing this. Met Dutch Dude, met Scott at the Rep festivals. I'm looking forward to this. So this will be a couple of months away. It's in line in the projects. So, but keep an eye out, and we'll be doing this on the main Sunday stream in probably late February, realistically March, early to mid-March. So this was fun. It is what it is. It would probably print fine, just as well as any other Ender, with some time in setting things up and getting your bed set. A couple of little mods would probably help. So, but all this was just put this together. It'll sit now in a corner and wait to be unbuilt for the next part of its journey. So, Trident frame almost completed. Awesome. See you all tomorrow. So remember, Voron Zero S1, giving away a whole Voron Zero S1 kit, as well as a couple of orbiter extruders and a roll of Polymaker filament. So thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your day, evening, morning, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.